Is it working? Yeah, okay, go ahead, Noah.
Well, the elephants are going to get pedicure. Or bath, I don't know. They're washing their feet and they eat peanuts.
Okay, do you want to ask that lady some questions?
Yeah.
What do you need to know about elephants?
What do you need to know about elephants?
Adam, you ask.
What do you need to know? One thing.
What are their favorite meal things?
Turn around.
What's the main thing they use their trunk for?
Eating and drinking, mostly. They use their trunk kind of like they use their arm, which is why that if you look at the end of their trunk, there's a little bitty thing that goes kind of like that, and that's what we call a finger, because it acts just like y'all's fingers, and it actually helps pick food up off the ground. Right now, they're putting food into our mouth, but if they were to drop a carrot or an apple on the ground, they could grab that carrot or apple off the ground with no problem by using their finger. But they use their trunk to pick up food, and they use their trunk to suck water up out of what we have our drinkers, but in the wild it would be out of a pond or a river, and then they can blow that water back in their mouths, or they can spray themselves to wash themselves. It's basically the most awesome multi-tool you can have.
Okay, Noah, what's your question?
What's their favorite meal?
Basically, elephants eat hay here, but in the wild they eat all sorts of different foods that are, grass and leaves off of trees, things like that. Elephants are herbivores, which means they don't eat meat. They eat a lot of plants. Now here, our elephants are a little pampered, so they get fruits and vegetables. And let's see, her favorite food, I think, is like sweet potatoes or something. But our older elephant, who's actually back there, she likes peppermints and watermelon.
Oh,
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's really, it really changes per elephant.
Okay, Adam.
You have a question?
Yeah, how heavy do they get?
How heavy do they get? Well, Asian elephants are about 1,000 pounds smaller than African elephants. And this is what we have here, Asian elephants. She is 6,500 pounds.
Wow.
And females are going to be smaller than males. So we have a 6,500 pound elephant. Our heaviest adult female is 8,000 pounds, but our male elephant, who's way down there by himself, is over 13,000 pounds.
Wow.
So there is a very big size difference. And so it really depends on what kind of elephant you're talking about and if it's a girl or a boy.
I have another question.
Yeah.
What was the most recent baby elephant that was born?
The one that you're looking at right now. That's Tupelo. Tupelo is 17 months today, so she's going to be 2 very, very soon.
She's so
Oh,
cute.
wow.
Little
She
girl.
looks
Once
like
she
a
grows up, she's going to be a part of this herd.
Can I please ask a question?
Yes,
One more.
Noah, what's your question?
Where do Asian elephants usually live?
They come from different places in Asia, Sri Lanka, India, Thailand, places like that. 2 of our oldest elephants were brought over here from Thailand many, many years ago. It's kind of frowned upon now to bring elephants over from different countries. But back then, back in the very early, well, I guess at that point it was the late 70s, they didn't mind it as much. And so they were both brought over here from a place called Thailand, which is over in Asia.
Can you repeat it?
That is awesome.
How many things did they use with elephant tusks? Because I have a book and it showed all these things. Yeah, and it's
Tell them the primary thing about elephant tusks.
You mean what they're used for, or
what they're mostly. We read in a book that they're mostly killed because when they didn't have guns, the elephants would usually win, but now when they
we do have a big problem with what's called poaching, and there's a bigger problem with it in Africa than there is Asia, but it is still a problem. Elephants' tusks are what we call ivory, and it's actually really expensive, and so people who live near elephants with tusks, as long as they have a gun or something like that, they will shoot the elephant and take the ivory off of the elephant and sell it. And so it is actually why our elephants are what we call endangered, which means there's not very many of them left, and it's up to us to help bring them back and save them.
I would
and
love
make
to
sure
help
that they're not
elephants.
going to go extinct.
I was gonna ask if it was true that they were endangered because
It is. They're very endangered, actually.
I wish I could work that.
Language is amazing.
Well, then you could. That's
Isn't
what I
it true
wanted.
Is it true that they live up to 70 years old?
They can, yeah. It's definitely a possibility. The oldest elephant, I believe, on record, lived to be 84 years old.
Wow.
So very old for an elephant. The oldest elephant in recent history just passed away, I think, last spring. She was 72 years old. She was an Asian elephant, so she was just like us.
Wow. Okay, any
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Do they usually eat peanuts?
Yeah, a lot of people think that they do, and it is true. They would eat peanuts a lot more in the past, but they find out that the shells that peanuts are in, you know, those little shells, they're actually not very good for their stomachs. So when we want to give our elephants an extra special treat, we give them peanut butter.
Oh,
Yeah,
yummy.
so that lets us give them peanut butter for extra special things.
Okay.
How large can their? How large? What is the largest ear that? What's the largest elephant ear that you've heard of?
That would be basically your African elephant, kind of like what Dumbo is. Very, very large elephant. Asian elephants have much smaller ears than African elephants. An African elephant's ear is going to be about 2.5 times the size of that. So very, very big.
I wish we can go
Really
in
big.
there
But
and
I don't
pet
know
the
the largest as far as if they've been measured or not. I don't know. I haven't enough to figure that out for.
I wish we can go in there and pet the elephants.
I
know,
know.
I
wish
wish we
so
could
too.
too.
But they are still wild elephants, and so we don't even really get to pet them that often. We take care of them. We love them very, very much, but we have to remember they are wild animals.
They do come from the
Wild.
jungles. Lindsay, thank
Yes.
you so
Thank
very
you.
much.
No
They have
problem.
aced this project.
Good.